Hey everybody, Brad here. I want to talk about the first 12 beers of the Kalea Brewer's Advent Calendar. In case you're not aware, the Kalea Brewer's Advent Calendar is a selection of 24 beers from Germany. And it's available at Costco or Costco resellers. And this is the second year I've gotten the Advent Calendar. There are other Advent Calendars by other retailers and other breweries. But this is the one that was available to me. I picked up the 2020 version last year and I really enjoyed it. I live in a very small town and we're pretty isolated here in Alaska, and many of these beers are not available to me on a regular basis. So being a, I guess, collector of different beers, it really appealed to me, so I thought I'd give it a shot. We're going to take a look at the first 12 beers as like a midpoint recap, and get some notes on my phone. And just want to go through some of these. For the most part, by and large, the beers are of the Helles or Pilsner style, by and large. There's a few different beers, some Bocks, a Hefeweizen. And even today, I'm shooting this on the 15th day, and the 15th day beer is a IPA, so that's pretty interesting. Take a look at the first beer, the Grantler Hell. This is a Helles style lager. I found the flavor to be a little dry, a little hoppy, but it was smooth and quite delicious actually. And I gave it a untapped rating of 3.75 out of 5. Frankly, this beer, you could drink a ton of this beer. Beer number 2, and I don't speak German, so I'm gonna probably mess up a lot of these pronunciations, but this is the Hohemat Weiss beer. It's a Hefeweizen wheat. This beer was really good. This beer was creamy and smooth, and you can see the color of it. This was a delicious beer. I gave it an untapped rating of 4 out of 5, and frankly, that's probably a little low, but this was a very good beer. Moving on to beer number 3, the Alms Hell. It's another Helles lager. This was very smooth and a very sweet beer, and it was delicious. I really enjoyed it. Gave that an untapped rating of 4 out of 5. So again, another really, really good, decent beer. Moving on to beer 4, the Husaren Trunk. This is a Fest beer golden lager. You can see the Hussar soldier on the can there. This was a really good beer. It was clean, very clean flavor. And a little hoppy bite on the finish, which I liked. I give this a 3.75 out of 5. Again, a very decent beer, and would like to try this one again. Beer 5. Beer 5 is a Schwarzbach. It's a Bock. It's very dark, malty and sweet. Give this a 3.75 out of 5 again. I do like Bocks. The lagers, the Helles, and the Pilsners. They're your more traditional beer out of Germany, but the Bocks are really good as well. Beer 6 was the Zwickel. This is a Keller beer. It's a type of lager, and this one was sweet but also slightly hoppy. So I give this a rating of 3.75 out of 5. This would be really good on a summer's day. I really, really enjoyed this one. Going on to beer 7 was the Kerp Fallsbrau Helles, another Helles lager. This one was sweet and smooth as well, which is pretty typical of the Helles beer. And I gave this one a 3.75 out of 5 as well. And some of these ratings are going to be very similar for me. And 3.75 out of 5. People think that, I didn't really like this beer, but I really enjoyed all of these beers. For me, a 5 is going to be really hard to come by. So maybe I'm grading a little stiff, a little under what many people would think these beers should be rated, but it's an opinion. It's just my opinion. You may, if you have these beers and you try them, your opinion is going to vary, obviously. So, no hate for any of these beers, actually. So these are all really good. Beer 8, probably the funniest name so far, is the Wiener Lager. This is a lager, of course. Very smooth beer, and it was a little malty, but delicious, very delicious. I give this a 4 out of 5 on the Untappd rating. Beer 9 is a Marzen Oktoberfest type beer, the Teisnacher 1543 Fest Marzen. This was very sweet and malty and very good. I might be malty to the point where I wouldn't want to drink a whole bunch of these in a row, but still these are very good. 3.75 out of 5 for the Teisnacher. Beer 10 is the Kausel. It's a Pilsner. And this beer was in the 2020 edition of the Advent calendar as well. So this was the first repeat in 2021. It's very decent. It's got a slightly funky aftertaste, and I don't know if that's a product of being made in Germany and shipped to the States, and then all the way up here to Alaska, and then sitting on the shelf for who knows how long. I did rate it a little low last year. I rated it a 3 out of 5, and I would upgrade that to a 3.5 out of 5. I was a little hard on it last year. And this, to the best of my knowledge or memory, this 2021 version or iteration, I guess, was a little, better than it was in 2020. So that might be a function of, again, being brewed in Germany, shipped over to the States. So who knows? I don't know. This one was... It doesn't say when it was brewed, but it expires in 2023. So there you go. Who knows? Beer 11 was the Marie Hausbrendel Helles. Very clean, very smooth beer. Delicious. I gave this one a 3.75 out of 5. And you could see, the let's see if it'll focus. Yeah, our Oktoberfest gal dishing it out. So good stuff there. And then beer 12 was the Ladenburger Weizenbach Helles. And it says Hell on it, implying it's a Helles, but Untappd says this is a Bach. So I don't know how true that is. This wasn't very dark. You can see on the pour, it's not dark at all. It was very smooth, very nice, and it has a bit of a banana flavor, which sounds weird, but I found it very good. And this is the second repeat. This beer was also in the 2020 Advent beer calendar. So I give this a 4 out of 5. I really liked it. The banana flavor sounds kind of weird, but it was really good, I thought. So there you go. Those are the first 12 beers of the Kalea Brewers Advent calendar for 2021. The dogs are excited. So we'll do this again for the second 12. Hopefully have that out Christmas Day or the day after. So thanks for watching, and yeah, like and subscribe for more of these types of videos. Have a good one.